Okay, we're live. Uh, so this is a really quick live stream. We got a report yesterday from an author that they got a phishing WhatsApp message. So just we
Pretending to
put
be
a
Peter
pretending to be me again.
with a
So
picture.
with a picture with my literally my picture. So like they used my avatar from X as their WhatsApp picture and texted an author who initially believed it and then quickly realized that no, it was not me. So a few things. One, Leanpub does not do outreach over WhatsApp. Period. Ever. I have a WhatsApp. I barely use it. I don't use it when I'm, in North America. But we don't do outreach over WhatsApp. If you get a WhatsApp from Peter, me, or Len, like it's not us. We're not doing outreach over WhatsApp. When we do outreach, it's over email and it's from an email ending in leanpub.com or if I'm being lazy, rubos.com because Rubos is the company that runs Leanpub. I'm the founder of Rubos. Len and I are co-founders of Leanpub. And yeah, if it's not from leanpub.com or rubos.com, it's not us. If it's from on WhatsApp, it's not us. We've updated our Help Center article to be like, we do not do this. So Len, go ahead. Sorry.
One thing to note is that it can answer questions. So one thing, I was interviewing an author for the latest episode, for an episode of the podcast, and the author asked it a question about coupons, and it could answer. So one thing to note is that these things are quite sophisticated these days. It might be a person, like we don't know.
We're assuming it's AI because
we're assuming it's AI. But yeah, we also don't have any clue about the end game yet either, really, of what these attempts are trying to do. But yeah, just if anything looks fishy, please email us at .com about it.
So far, the end game, we don't know the end game, but we know the intermediate game, which is they're trying to get you to talk to some person whose name I'm not going to say because I don't want them to get my name saying it. But they're trying to get you to talk to this person and then presumably ask for money. Anyway, we do not do outreach over WhatsApp. If we do outreach, it comes from leanpub.com or rubos.com email addresses. It's only ever from me or Len at Leanpub or Rubos.
And one thing to note also is that this kind of like phishing attempts at authors is not a unique to Leanpub thing. This is the part of being a self-published author, being in the self-publishing world now. There's a very well-known kind of blogger and commentator called Jane Friedman who made that like the subject or one of the subjects of her recent newsletter, like watch out for author scams. That they've got a new form with AI and stuff like that, but be very careful and remember that yes, like they might try and impersonate someone from some platform in order to and contact you and try and reel you in one way or another.
Yeah, we're gonna leave this here for a while. I hope it doesn't have to be here forever, but maybe it will. Who knows? Sucks. Okay. Besides that, let's try to have something positive on the live stream. Lean Publishing Daily. Let's talk about something fun. Len. This one. Here we go. Ready.
Oh, yeah.
They won our giveaway.
Yes. Our GlobalAuthor Max giveaway, so that they're going to get the full suite of GlobalAuthor Max services over the course of the next, period of time. Which includes, translations into 31 languages, which is really just amazing. And when we say, it's sort of easy for us to say these things, like we translate into 31 languages. You also get 31 landing pages in the language on Leanpub.
Yeah, there are 31 books.
Published. Your book is, we publish it for you in all those languages. It is available and searchable and findable.
And we make bundles.
And we make bundles so that people can get the original English language book along with the translation, which is just a really cool thing. It's partly because our readers are so smart, basically, and I really mean that. They want the original language and the translation together because they might want to cross-check or something like that. Sometimes, we're actually we're probably one of the most advanced platforms for translating technical terms and stuff like that, because that's what we kind of cut our teeth on.
Yeah.
So that's not actually something. I'm just saying that because the first thing people might think is, oh, it must be the technical terms that they're looking for to double check or whatever, but it's not so much that. Anyway, it's just
So
cool.
yeah, it's really cool. And like, it's funny whenever we've done a number of the global author things, these guys won, we did their index already. I discovered after it happened, when I was reviewing it, I discovered a small little problem with like, oh, we have a bit of extra white space. So we fixed that. So we're improving our product all the time. The funny thing is with the Accessibility Pro, it turns out there was like, a thing we could do better with Accessibility Pro, which is adds alt text for accessibility to all the images. So that's the current status of it. They won earlier this week. So right now we're just in the Accessibility Pro phase. Once that's done, then it'll be moving forward into, Amazon stage. But yeah, so it's super cool. We're going to be, one thing that I want to do is give updates on the process of this throughout its completion, so that people who watch the live stream can be like, oh, okay, this is roughly how long it takes for a GlobalAuthor Max process to happen. Super fun. Another fun thing. So we got some really cool coupons in here. We got, we've got Microservices Masterclass, down to $89, which is an amazing deal. Dave Farley's course. We've got, 100-page language models course, here. It's down to $77.40. We've got, so this is, and 100-page language models course is part of this amazing track, the AI Masterclass track, which is not currently on sale, but which is an amazing thing. If you're at a company and you have, some corporate, like we're in September, there's a few more months left until the end of the year. You got to spend your training budget somewhere. You could do a hell of a lot worse than buying the AI Masterclass, right? Three courses go from like, what's generative AI exactly, all the way up to patterns of application development to like, the underpinnings. So it's super awesome. If you don't have this track already and you have education budget, buy it. If you're not happy, you can get a refund. But again, Leanpub things, the courses and tracks have really low refund rate. This one included. So yeah.
It's also just
yeah.
Those aren't just sort of like kind of boring old technical courses. There's hours of kind of sit
Exclusive
down
video.
kind of interviews with me and the authors in each course.
Mm-hmm.
Which were a pleasure to do. I mean, again, we've got really smart readers. We've also got really smart authors. And it was a privilege to sort of record all these sessions with Henrik and Andre and Obi. Yeah, they're really great. It's really interesting, like, kind of the way we structured it is like at the beginning of each lesson or chapter, there's a video and it's just a way of kind of like having a cheerful, high level talk with an expert about the subject in general. It's just a great way to structure courses. So it's not all video, like there's text with like real serious content. But then there's these kind of like, fireside chat type conversations as well.
Yeah. And then if you're an author, a Leanpub author who's watching this, we've updated our global author page because basically it's funny when we've been talking to people. I remember recently I was emailing with an author and I wrote an email basically, which essentially said something like this. And then after I wrote the email, I'm like, yeah, this is a better explanation of exactly why you should do global author than anything we had on this page. And so we updated the page. And so basically, if you understand what's global author, is global author worth it? It's like, well, the best one is GlobalAuthor Max. Like global author is in three services. Oh, I'm not signed in. Hold on a second. Let's fix that. I'll just take myself off the stage for a second and I'll sign in. Because this is, I actually do want to demo this. It's really good. So here we go. Now I'm back at the stage. Okay, now I'm signed in. So GlobalAuthor Max is like $59.99 US. And you might be like, wow, that's expensive. Well, GlobalAuthor Ultra is 18,000 US, so that's expensive. And Pro is $39.99 US, which looks positively cheap in comparison. But in terms of what's the best value, GlobalAuthor Max. So I wrote this email and then I realized, oh, we should just make this on the page. Here's, hey Len, I'm not sure if the audio's in your headphones or not because I'm hearing myself. Okay. So basically, what's the ROI of GlobalAuthor Max? It's like, well, the highest ROI service that for many Leanpub books is Course AI Max. And so if you go down here and you're like, hey, what's Course AI? Course AI Max is the thing that lets us, where we create the course for you. We do everything. We do all the AI stuff. We also do human QA, and Len does 3 hours of interview. This is the Course AI package that includes Len recording hours of video, like 3 hours of video with you, slicing it up into these evergreen sort of sections. Like the videos are focused on why is the material important, not like just a retread of the information in the actual course lessons itself. And so it's sort of evergreen content that, like, even if you update your course in the future, the video doesn't need updating because it's like, well, why is this important? That's not going to change, right? Not nearly as much as like, technical material changes. So this is a huge thing because it's like having exclusive video in the course lets you price the course higher. And then you earn that back, over time, as long as you're pushing, the course. When you market your book, you also market the course. This is, as far as I'm concerned, the highest ROI thing in GlobalAuthor is Course AI Max. And so that's $34.99. And it, makes your book into a course, includes Len doing the video interviews. It's like a little mini masterclass, giving learners motivation. And also, besides all that, we use the clips for marketing as well. Like we make YouTube shorts, we put them on social media, etc. So Course AI Max is an amazing thing. Many authors should do Course AI Max, regardless of GlobalAuthor. But if you're doing Course AI Max, you should strongly consider GlobalAuthor Max. Why is that? Well, it's $2,500 more than Course AI Max. So what do you get? Publish on Amazon, and you get 31 translations, and you get an index, and you get alt text for accessibility. And we take the index and alt text and we translate it into all 31 languages when we're doing the translations. So like the order of operations here, we actually show it farther down. It's like, here, what do we do? It's like, well, we make the formatting adjustments, we do the index, we do Accessibility Pro, we make sure it passes Ace by Daisy, then we publish on Amazon. Then at that point, we're all happy, we know everything's good, so we do the translations. Then we do, if it's GlobalAuthor Ultra, we do the sort of horrifically painful process of publishing all that stuff on Amazon. Then we do Course AI. And then with Pro and Max, there's a bug in this page. This shouldn't say Pro. We changed the plans. With Max and Ultra, we take your courses. With what is called, Max and Ultra, we take your course as a student, and then we send you the Calendly link, and Len does the video interviews, and then we have Shelf Spot. So the amount of stuff you get extra is crazy. It's like Amazon, all the translations, index, alt text, translating the index, 2 months Shelf Spot, right? All for $2,500. And so it's like, if you add it all up, it's like $9,700 of value for like $59.99. Or you can say, hey, if you were going to get published in Amazon, that's $24.99. And you add that to Course AI Max, which is $34.99. It's like $1 more than just those two services. And for that $1, you get 31 translations, index, alt text, and a 2 month Shelf Spot. So that's like the best use of $1 I think there probably is on the internet. It's a really good value. That's GlobalAuthor Max. If you're a Leanpub author with a book which is complete and it's a technical book and it would be a good course, and you think, hey, I'd also like to have this on Amazon, but I'm really busy, I'm a professional, I don't have the time to like make my book a course, I don't have the time to be on Amazon. This is why we built GlobalAuthor Max, right? So if that's you, this is the service for you. If you have questions, reach out. Or if you're convinced you're going to buy some sort of service from Leanpub, whether it's a Shelf Spot or whether it's GlobalAuthor Max or whatever, just book a time. So you can book a time from my calendar link here. In order to stop calendar spam, we actually have a charge on it, but it's refundable if you show up, or we can credit it toward Leanpub services. And so then this way, there's no calendar spam anymore. And or else if you're like, hey, I really want to talk to you about all kinds of stuff and 30 minutes isn't enough, the other thing you can do is you can book an author Quickstart. That's for anyone at any time. And you book a $249 Quickstart and you talk to me for an hour and a half about all things Leanpub and then get a $349 service credit. Basically, like, we want to help authors get value from Leanpub beyond just using Leanpub completely self-serve. There's all these things that we can do to make your experience as Leanpub author better. So we have these entry points into it, and the Quickstart is one of them. It's it's literally like you get $349 of stuff for $249, and I can explain Global Author to you, and we can figure out, is it a good fit for you or not? Because we don't want you to do it if it's a bad fit. Like if you have a 50-page book, don't buy Global Author Max. If you have a 50-page book, the course will not be good enough. It's not the right fit, right? Like, you might want to get Translate AI, but you shouldn't get Global Author. Translate AI you can buy like however you want. Like you can just pick the languages. You can be like, I want French, German, Spanish. Boom, add to cart, right? Or if you have enough royalties accrued, you can. Like I currently don't have enough royalties accrued because, my books just aren't selling. But it's because they're not. I'm not, the canonical Leanpub author anymore. Anyway, so that was a whole bunch of random stuff. But again, back to the main point of today's live stream. I'm not sending WhatsApp messages. There's the one takeaway from that today. That's that. Len, is there anything else?
One thing. Thanks for your message on LinkedIn, Max, about the marketing packages. I'll put a link to that. On Leanpub, you can actually buy sponsored spots on our homepage and in our weekly and monthly sale newsletters. And I'll just post a link to that in LinkedIn.
If you go in the hamburger menu at the top, then you just click on marketing packages, then you can get a 1 week or a 1 month shelf spot. It's $129, $179. The 1 month shelf spot is a better deal because you get a 1 week shelf spot and 1 month shelf spot. So you get to be on our homepage for a whole month, and you get to be in a weekly newsletter that goes to over 100,000 people and a monthly newsletter that goes to over 150,000 people. Sometimes we get questions around how does the shelf work? Short version basically is this isn't fixed every day. The books rotate by one. So this book here tomorrow will be actually at the end, like over here. And, so everything moves day by day, and the featured shelf is constantly changing. It's a carousel. So, but then, so right now there's 12 books here. If you buy a spot on the shelf, what we do is we add another shelf down here, and then your book shows up here, and then the next day it'll be here, and the next day it'll be here, and the next day it'll be here, etc. So yeah, basically the right way to buy a shelf spot is buy a 1 month shelf spot, and your book is in. Like the newsletter sponsorship itself is worth it, even if we didn't have a shelf. I mean, we'd have to change what it was called. It wouldn't be called the shelf anymore. But this is the thing to get the 1 month one. Or if you're like, man, I really could go with being on the shelf for 2 months. Wouldn't that be great? Why don't you have a 2 month spot? It's like, well, what you can do is buy an author Quickstart, talk to me or Len, but right now me, and you get a $349 service credit. And guess what that turns into? 2 months on the shelf. So you can just tell me afterward, get me a shelf spot. We can take care of that separately. Basically, like where you can be on the shelf for 2 months, it's like just a 2 month shelf spot, which is just like, 2 monthly newsletters, 2 weekly news. It's just 2 of these. And that's 179 times 2 is 358. That's close enough to 349 that we're just like, they're 2 months shelf spot. So you can do that too. So that's the even better way to get a shelf spot if you want to be on the shelf for 2 months. All right. Anything else?
Could talk about things endlessly, but that's probably good for today.
All right. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Great weekend. Yeah.
Cool.
And don't tell any personal information to anyone who poses as us.
If you wonder anything, if there's any email from Leanpub that you're like, what's up? Is this real? Email hello@leanpub.com. Hello@leanpub.com is our support email. Len and I also see it. So if you email hello, you'll get me, you'll get Len. We'll see, both of us see it. Someone will reply to you, right? You don't have to remember, is it Peter at Leanpub or is it Len or whatever? It's just email hello@leanpub, right? HELLO, hello@leanpub.com. Okay. So if there's anyone emails you about anything, or if anyone WhatsApps you, just ignore it. If we'd love it if you took a screenshot and sent it to us. I'm like, right now we're still trying to figure out, like, we're going to report the number that WhatsApped the author and figure out like but in terms of like, I assume it's whack-a-mole or
no,
but
there's no catching.
There's no stopping these people, but we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thanks.